such an easy guy to mess with. I could just make you go, oh.
The world is full of sick and twisted
I
things.
can make you go, oh gosh, that's not nice. So easily.
There's a lot of sick and twisted shit
Well,
out
I've
there
never
that I
said this
won't
on the
stand
pod.
for.
So often, I have this thing where me and Kaden talk about intrusive thoughts, and I have a couple. One of like, I feel like basic intrusive thoughts are like whenever you see a concrete staircase, you just imagine putting your teeth on it and your teeth getting crushed against
Why
it.
are we doing this?
Or
No.
or like when you're in the bathroom
No.
and you see razor blades, you just imagine brushing your teeth with
no,
your
no,
razor.
No, no,
And Kaden
Enough
always
of that. Enough of that.
Kaden doesn't want to engage in this conversation
That's
ever.
a bad one. Yeah, I don't like.
What type of intrusive thoughts do you have? I wrote a whole bit about this in Not Suited Up, and you are just your character.
I don't know. Sometimes you do see that biker and you're like, oh, 10 points. But that's it. that's really the only one.
I guess I don't know. Maybe.
And then I'm always that biker worried about it. I'm like, nope, not today. Please don't be that guy today. It's a fun game you play out there.
Maybe I'm manic, but
maybe.
I have a lot of intrusive thoughts. I don't ever act on them.
Oh, I want to punt little dogs. You know, like those little yappy dogs? Sometimes I just want to be like, what if I punted that?
That's so fair. Do you, when you see a chainsaw or anything with large amounts of power, do you not just want to see like what it can destroy?
No, I think of trees mostly. I'm gonna be honest.
I saw this clip of T-Pain opening up his Temu items, and he opened up a mini chainsaw, and he opened up inside, and it just said intrusive thoughts above his head right as he was about to cut his streaming desk in half. And his friend stopped him, and he's like, "Yeah, it's probably a good call."
Yeah, anything wouldn't. I guess not just trees. Yeah, it wouldn't. Just sawing any.
Looking at my leg.
I was looking at the coffee table there. Yeah, it's a good. That's good.
No, but I
chopping
think
wood. That's good
the
chopping
manic
wood.
part for me is thinking of my leg.
Yeah, I would agree.
That sounds painful.
That does. That's why I wouldn't think of that.
Do you ever sometimes disassociate the idea of pain?
Maybe.
I've been pretty fucked up before and felt pain and just been like, oh, that's pain.
Oh yeah, not sober.
But
though.
like almost never sober.
Yeah. No, that's different. That's different.
But
thing.
you get what I'm talking. Where you're like, oh wow, if I was sober, this would hurt so much.
Yeah. That's normal.
I do it all the time, even when I'm sober.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Where you're like, oh, I think that I'm not a masochist. I don't enjoy pain at all. But when I push through pain, I see what masochists are enjoying. That feeling that you're like pushing through something.
Still don't understand it.
I do understand it. I kind of get it. You're smiling.
I do.
Do you hurt yourself when you touch yourself?
No. No, I get it to like an extent. However, not.
We're letting the producer talk.
Extremely, but I prefer to like dish it out more than I like to give.
You prefer to dish out pain
Yeah.
more than you like to give?
Yeah.
That's the exact same thing.
A psychopathic answer. What?
No,
You mean receive?
I don't, yeah, the receive. That's what I mean.
Who are you hurting?
This is why you
It's
don't
like,
have a
You
mic.
have to enjoy it is the thing, you know. I
Anyways,
should be talking, yeah.
You
My
lost me.
Hero Academia. I've always shit all over the show, and I've said that it's just sky high the anime. Because if you want my perspective, you got the main character that gets the power, but in the beginning doesn't have any powers, but then gets the power of the most powerful character who happens to just have super strength. His rival is the kid of a villain that has fire powers, and his love interest is some bitch with healing powers.
Well, she doesn't have healing powers, no.
Oh.
But what's wrong with that? Sky High. Sky High. American classic.
American classic.
Yeah, My Hero Japanese classic. What do you mean?
Why do you like My Hero Academia? Wait.
Have you noticed I've talked to other people about this. There's a trend of you having horrible takes for the podcasts. That's just you just find you're like, what's my worst take, and then you run with that. And
Yeah, no, I don't want to give my good takes. Those are what? Ooh, the Beatles are good. Like that's lame.
My Hero's great. They got good characters. I mean, the first 4 seasons
Dude,
are,
there
are
isn't.
perfect.
Wait,
They're great.
okay. So when I tried to watch it, there's this one chick that pulled stuff from her boobs and would create things.
Yeah, she's a little weird. I
Her
don't.
powers is that her boobs create stuff, and
No,
that her boobs get bigger. She's more powerful,
no. She makes things from her skin. Is all.
but she has the most in her boobs.
But I don't know why they do it there. Yeah, it's a little.
That's
weird.
what someone
The-
explained to me.
the
That's why she always pulls from her tits.
It's
The
weird. I
argument
don't
is
know.
that she needs her body to be more exposed so she can pull out bigger items.
It's gross.
She needs her body exposed so she can pull out bigger
It's
items.
gross. I don't like that one. Yeah, I don't like her. That's gross.
Okay.
I got no. Yeah.
Who's the one that swings with their tongue?
the frog one?
Mm.
She's chick. She's sick as fuck.
And then there's Grape Boy.
Yeah, he's also.
So I'm
weird.
supposed to care about these characters, or no? Those are the fun comedic.
Those are
relief.
the side ones. Yeah. No, you got the speed guy, and then
who's the edge boy with the dyed hair? It's half white.
no
half-
Todoroki.
Todoroki.
Yeah.
He seems cool, but he
He-
seems like he's just Garu from Naruto.
No, they give him a whole bunch of lore with his family and shit. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it seems like he's supposed to be the cooler character. You're supposed to not like Midoriya. It feels like so many animes do that, where
Yeah,
you are not supposed to like the self-insert. Why? Why do people do that, where they make the self-insert boring enough that everyone can relate
I was
to
gonna
it?
say I don't know. It's relatable.
No, but I'm saying I find it more relatable if they're at least likable. If they're likable and they have problems
They sh-
everybody has, that's fine.
they should be likable.
Like Spider-Man, for example.
In-
You love fucking Spider-Man.
In My Hero, he's mostly likable. He's just a bit of a crybaby. I'll be honest.
I was gonna say I don't think he has any lines that aren't whining or getting nervous. Is
got-
that supposed to be? Is that relatable?
I was gonna say, yeah, that's
Is
probably
that a
where
culture?
it's-
Because that could be a cultural thing. I'll
and-
just take the L there.
And he
could
does
say
got
I'm
more.
wrong.
He does got more. He got badass moments. But yeah, no, he's not the best man.
But it's badass because of how much of a bitch he was, and he's all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Is that a trope? Is that hack?
I don't
Is
know, I
that
think-
good?
I don't know.
Because
It's impactful in the moment, so I think it's good.
when I was talking to our old friend that showed you My Hero and you, I would say it feels like My Hero cheats with like music, and the what I used to call the whoosh.
They don't cheat. It's just also really good. They
And-
just also happen
and-
to have a phenomenal score.
Yeah, a really good score makes a very mid-emotional moment seem so much better.
It's a pretty good emotional moment, and then yeah, the score takes it from pretty good to exceptional. That's how I would say.
That's
yeah.
fair. Why? So, I've noticed it seems that in anime, often a lot of the tropes that you'll see. So, like for example, the beach trope or the exam. How every anime will have a beach episode or an exam arc
Yeah.
is because it's most Japanese students are in school and are in a very litigious, fucking studious.
Oh shit, they probably got
Academic.
beautiful beaches over there too.
And then normally on
shit.
holiday they go to the beaches in Japan.
Holy
So
shit.
they're both
You gotta
fairly
check
relatable.
out Japanese beaches, dude. That sounds cool. It's all island over there.
But us in America, I don't think we care nearly as much about school. I mean, I didn't care about school growing up,
Not at all. Yeah.
but that could also
I don't know. Private schools are
that could
different
be
too. Yeah.
people trying to like paint Japan as just like ooh we work.
No,
Hello
I was gonna say
Kitty.
private schools are different too.
Yeah.
Here, anywhere. Yeah.
Because I was gonna say my girlfriend, all she thinks about is school.
So yeah, I mean, it's just type of person. I'm sure you got burnouts everywhere.
Well, apparently My Hero's gotten bad, and they
It
did
has.
the desperate endgame pull.
It has. I don't know why the writer hates his work, but he's over it and wants to end it.
Aaron, you're a nerd. Is this his only work, or does he have other mangas?
He has other manga,
Like he's doing now.
but this is his one-hit wonder, pretty much.
But is he working on like a new one now?
So this is
I'm not
the
sure.
one-hit wonder.
Yeah. I don't know why he's so desperate to end it though. Like
He's being rushed by Shonen Jump.
Shonen is rushing the end,
Shonen Jump.
but doesn't it make a lot of money or do long running?
yeah. Why don't they want to draw it out as long as possible?
Because like Dragon Ball, they're only going on hiatus because Toriyama died. Otherwise, they'd milk that as much as they could.
I'll have to look into the reason for
And-
this ending.
I feel like My Hero would really benefit from it being stretched out so much longer. They're rushing so many
Or
things.
maybe they'll just get a spin-off. I mean, if you look
It
at
already
the
has one. Yeah.
My
well,
Hero came from a spin-off, so
Did it?
My Hero came from a spin-off.
the
What was the
original?
original?
What?
Vigilantes is the original manga.
yeah, it's the one for the eraser head and the mic dude and the teleportation guy.
That's the original.
I've
one?
never watched the show.
Wait, that's
yeah,
the
there's no show for it.
We're doing bad right now. We didn't.
that's the original manga.
That's the original, yeah.
Whoa! And then My Hero was a spin-off of the
No,
Vigilantes
no, no.
one.
It was they came before, but it was also a spin-off.
Weird.
My
Okay.
Hero was the main story.
Weird. That's weird. Interesting. Either way, it's a good story. You're wrong.
Fair
They do
enough.
superhero politics really good too. That's what I like. Like they make like it's a whole world of like everything is accounted for. You all gotta like they have to work with I don't know the whole system of society and shit.
And then working up the hero
And
ranks
I
as
feel like I
well.
don't see that very often because normally there's just the one hero in a world of normal people and then villains.
That is because you're watching the movies. This
Yeah.
is where it
That's all
comes
I
back
do.
to my ongoing argument of trying to get you to read the source of all of this material.
No,
You should read comics. You should read manga.
that's like a lot of reading though.
You should read actual books.
That's like a lot of reading though.
Yeah, it is kind of boring. I find myself reading, and I'm like, video games would be so much more fun right now.
I like writing. I like writing and watching TV. I don't
But
like
your
reading.
writing will only get better if you read, Caden.
No. As long as I don't shut
It
out,
will get better if you read.
I can still get new stories. I still watch new movies. I still, look at other people's whatever's works and shit.
I don't know. I guess because of that feeling of I used to really hate anime, but until this year I kind of got bit by the anime bug. Maybe I could like try rewatching My Hero, but I fucking hated it. It felt bad.
We should. It is great.
It had all of the stereotypes that people talk about anime and like why girls hate it.
It's got
It
great
had-
characters though.
Does it?
It does.
I can show you some good anime if you want.
I know you're stop.
I love the
You
characters.
want some Trigun?
The first 4 seasons. That's it. After that, it kind of goes downhill. Season 6 picks back up a little, but it's I don't know.
I don't know. I think wait.
So, the reason for the thing that we were talking about earlier, the author doesn't say why My Hero's ending, but the final arc of it is like just ended, and there's just like basically some conclusion chapters, and then it's ending.
They don't say why.
So it seems like the
Yeah.
writer just found a natural conclusion.
Yeah, well, I don't.
It doesn't feel like it's natural though. It feels super rushed,
I
and
mean,
it.
all the characters are crippled at this point.
I was gonna say
You could fuck up.
I guess, but yeah, like the
walk
past-
yourself into
the past 4 or 5 arcs have been so rushed that they could have really
Yeah.
benefited from
Yeah.
taking a couple more years of cooking on them
Well,
and drawing it out.
something
I
I
don't know.
actually have seen and know about, which is much more of a mixed bag. People disagree about, but we were going to talk about Korra. I have a completely different. Why do you dislike Korra? Because I honestly think it's fun for all the world building it does. I like seeing like the kind of modernistic bending plus modern technology.
I
The
think
cars is cool.
They try to do too much. Like Avatar was good. They had one coherent story. They were trying to get the big bad fire guy. It's whatever his name, Ozu, something like that. Yeah.
The Fire Lord, yeah.
Yeah, they're trying to get him. And then Korra, they set up the first villain was amazing, and then they just kill him off right away. They had great stakes and everything, and then they just said, no more. He's gone. And then they just do another villain.
Because it was Killmonger. If they would have kept him around, he would have been a good guy. And they can't make
No.
the commie good.
He would not.
No, here's my take. So Anon or Amon, I
Yeah.
forgot what his name is. It's something like that.
Something, yeah.
He's just a communist. He literally it starts the workers' party and is trying to get everybody to revolt against the Benders because it's
Nobody else wants. He wants to take all the bending.
yes, because it's a metaphor for taking away the money. And this is
Maybe.
my rant. The fucking Avatar writers know so little about like politics and economics, like high school level, that Korra in the original when they're just critiquing imperialism, it's fairly easy to critique imperialism. They did really good, focused on the world building. They established the world. In Korra, they try to explore the politics. And they completely fuck up because Anad was a really good character that you could have made the whole series off of.
That's what I-
But you can't let the commies win.
Yeah. Well, that's why it could have been a great villain.
But guess who the next one is?
I
An
forget, yeah.
anarchist, the guy that the guy that shaves his head and becomes an airbender,
Yeah, I
and
kinda stopped
he knows how to
watching
fly.
after.
He's an anarchist. Literally, he wants to end the government.
And is there a third one, or is it just those two?
The third one is an eco-fascist.
Yeah. Why didn't they just? They should have just been a nun the whole time, though. And then, I don't know. It would have been much more.
Because they were attempting to genuinely talk about the political
Through
radical
the anime,
things.
you still have the main villain, but then you got side villains coming in for the season. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm a tanky screaming about how they did communism wrong, but I think it was kind of
I
out
think
of
he was a
touch,
great-
and they ruined a character that could have been really good.
No, I think it was a great villain. They just dropped it too quick and then started doing something. I don't know. Yeah.
the world is continuing in Avatar Studios is now a thing. The creators of Avatar have their own studios. It's backed by Paramount.
They're making continue of Aang as he's older
Yeah,
now.
so Aang gets a movie. The Master Kyoshi, that's the Earth.
Those are fake.
No,
I looked it up. Yeah,
no, they're genuinely not.
Those, I'm pretty sure. Look it up, but I'm pretty sure those are fake.
Avatar Studios is a real. God damn it! I have to.
The
grab my
Kyoshi
phone.
movie's not real. I looked it. I was really excited for it, and it's not happening.
Fuck you. No way. I was gonna
Yeah,
say.
it's-
Apparently, there's also supposed to be a comics or a movie in development about the first Avatar.
Yeah, no, it's really disappointing because that would be a great story, but I don't think they're doing it. I don't know. They're really fumbling the bag over there. They got great stuff to do, and they're just not. Out of all the things that should be franchised,
A game. That's what they need to do.
they're really fucking it up. Yeah. God, it could have been so good. Avatar, like the original series.
Oh, it got canceled. Yeah, they were all just in the works. It's
Yeah.
the first thing that pops up is a Reddit discussion about it.
No, it's not happening.
No!
I think the only one that's happening is
You
Aang.
saw how excited I was with the info dump about that?
The Kyoshi one. I was really excited for that. Yeah. No, I think the only one that's happening is Aang is older, but that also might get abandoned in the works. I have no
Well,
idea.
the story I was excited about, they wanted to do modern day. One where it's 50 avatars later,
Weird.
and it's in a modern day, and people
I
were
haven't
trying
even
to
heard of that.
people were trying to speculate about what it would be, because that was just an
That's
idea.
weird. Yeah.
And they were like, would there be like, it would be like almost like kind of what you were talking about with your idea. I don't want to spoil anything or bring that up on the podcast, but kind of like the idea of new forms of bending, like lava or maybe electricity, and all of that creates new forms of technology.
Is there any kind of gas? Other than I mean, we got.
Or figuring out shit like that, just new forms of bending and then also having new technology. Like the community on Reddit was talking about like a cyberpunk bending show, essentially.
Yeah, that'd be pretty sick, actually. What the fuck?
But apparently it got canned based off of the
Dude,
conversation
they
we just had.
Nickelodeon needs to stop fumbling this shit over there. What the fuck?
Yeah,
They
no,
can make so many cool things that would definitely.
they
I'd watch
saved
them.
the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, they're doing good with those.
Apparently, they're gonna make it a show instead of going with a movie franchise. They think that would work better.
I'm cool with that. It's gonna have all this, or most of the same cast too. I think.
The
Like,
exact same cast. Yeah.
The exact same.
I don't
yeah.
think an Ice Cube will be in it.
I was gonna
but
say, is
the
Jackie Chan
kids-
gonna be
Yeah,
the Splinter?
yeah.
That's holy shit! I'll watch every episode. I
And
love
then all
Jackie
4
Chan.
kids. I'm
already
sure
talked
the
to-
kids are easy to get.
We already talked about this on the podcast, but I'll give another shout out to Jackie Chan. I love that guy.
I don't know. I think Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is such an example of the 80s, like cocaine. Like,
Oh yeah, but it's the best thing from it. It's so perfect.
yeah. Wait, I want a bunch of turtles. They're doing cocaine. Oh no, I think I was
They're-
gonna say karate. Fuck.
And they eat pizza and one skateboards and
But they're anthropomorphic, so they're like mutants essentially. Wait, you said they're skateboard? They make them teenagers.
they fight like a big metal man who's just
What about the
angry.
master? What do they
Yeah, yeah, and they live
With a giant rat.
And live with a giant rat. Who's
And with
old
that metal
and-
man, I think he's gonna cut a bunch of shit, and we should call him Shredder.
and then like a big goop brain thing is gonna come from the earth or from the space, and it's gonna come down and it's gonna attack the turtles.
That made billions of dollars.
But they're gonna have one friend, and she's a news reporter.
Well, that's kind of just a thing in comics. Lois Lane. I think.
Yeah, no, it really is.
I think that's because, like, I guess artists and comic writers were like trying to point out how journalism is
and they're gonna be
important.
friends with some guy who's just a hockey
Which
guy.
I mean, I'll agree. Journalism is important. It's good to know about like real news and learn how to get information. But why is that always the focus?
I don't know. I think it's the fun juxtaposition of living the secret life plus being friends with the journalist who can expose it. I don't know.
And the journalist gets to be there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say.
'Cause
Peter Parker's a
I was
photographer.
gonna say, yeah, there's
in dangerous places.
yeah. You got Lois Lane, Peter Parker. I mean, April. That's about it. But that's still
Jimmy Olsen, and then there's also.
that's still a lot of examples. Though, yeah.
But then
mean,
I was gonna bring up how Daredevil's an attorney.
yeah,
and he's
that's
an attorney at law, so he also involves himself in a lot of things through that. Where
well,
he,
that's more for the commentary on the whole
yes.
New York.
Did you know? So
crime syndicate shit.
I heard this on Secret Identity podcast. I'll just not rip information and say it's mine, but apparently when JFK died, Daredevil was created as a response to the Kennedy assassination. He's an Irish Catholic that is within the New York district attempting to fight crime and fight and at the time, what was happening was Reaganomics. So it's honestly,
I believe it. Yeah,
it's a fairly
it's kind
compelling
of interesting.
story. Yeah, and I also didn't know that fucking Matt Murdock was Irish. I don't know why. I
I don't know his name like that, but yeah, the only reason I kind of know that is I remember he went to the Catholic Irish Church in the
oh shit, the
in the
Ben
live-
Affleck
in the Ben Affleck
movie.
movie,
Yeah,
yeah.
he did go to church a bunch.
he
You're
falls
so fucking right.
he falls through the window in there and he's talking to the priest.
The Irish, we can't stop confessing. Did you ever watch Elektra or Catwoman?
I forgot about Catwoman. I did watch Elektra when it like first came out, and I
You
was
gotta
like,
watch Daredevil first if you're gonna understand Elektra.
I mean, I think you do, don't you?
Not real. That's such a bad movie. Do you think they're constantly calling out and like referring to everything?
Aren't they? I
Not
don't know.
really. No.
I remember I watched it when it first came. We had it on DVD. I was like 8, and I watched it a good couple of times. She had the size, and I thought, and I remember being like 8, and there was 2 cool. There was Elektra and
God, our
Raphael.
parents watch bad movies.
Yeah, there's Raphael. Both of those characters had size, so I was like, "Oh, size are like a big." I thought those were a much bigger,
Size are cool.
more prominent weapon in the world than they turned out to be.
Yeah,
No,
they
those
were
are like,
never used in combat.
No, those are like the only 2 people to ever use them.
No, there is. Well, it is just cool to learn about fucking. Like, imagining someone with a double-sided spear or imagining someone with 2 swords is cooler than just somebody really good with 1 sword.
Darth Maul's always been my favorite. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Darth
then
Maul's
it's
sick as
also
fuck.
not. It's not realistic because he can't shift his weight. He can't use the bow staff to its actual potential. Instead, it's like a twin blade, which
No, he can.
twin blades aren't real
lasers-
things. You would hurt yourself.
Lasers have mass.
No, oh my god, I watched hours
That
of
was
people
sick.
talking about how lightsabers work. It's kind of interesting.
Plasma has mass. It's heavy.
But no, plasma acts, if anything, more like a gas because it's a gas heated. So if you had there has to be a sort of invisible field that creates the saber itself. Or otherwise, it would just be spraying out like it wouldn't be light because it's not light. It's
Have you
plasma.
Have you seen the other YouTuber, the Hacksmith guys? They made real lightsabers, and it's just a plasma beam sword, and it goes through metal and shit. It's pretty fucking badass.
But there has to be a conductor for it to run through.
No. It like shoots up.
That's so dangerous. What the fuck?
Yeah. If it like goes back, it'll like the whole thing will go up.
I was gonna say how do they keep it as a saber?
It shoots gas like, and then they light the gas on fire.
What the fuck?
But it's like really really hot.
But do you get what I'm saying? There would have to be an invisible field if it was just pure
Yeah.
plasma being emitted.
Yeah. In this case, it is the fuel of jet. Or
But in the fictional case, it's what the lightsaber's doing, and it could be the Force, whatever.
Yeah. No, you should check those out. It's pretty good. It took them very long.
I don't think George Lucas meant to put all this science bullshit into it. I think other smart writers did.
You probably. I think he's also on a lot of cocaine, just kind of going.
Well, George Lucas did seem to actually be somewhat of a visionary. He did introduce like.
No, but he's in the time period of a lot of cocaine,
Well,
and he's just kind of going.
did he just take Flash Gordon and Dune and put them together and make his own story out of it, kind of following just like the
How
Western?
old is Dune?
Dune was written as a book, dude. What do you mean?
Really?
Yeah.
I thought that was one of those new IPs.
No.
That's old.
What?
Really?
Old dude is old as
Dude,
fuck.
David Lynch made a Dune film.
Dude
What the hell is
invented
Dune?
sandworms.
I don't know shit about
Large
Dune.
sandworms.
It's an old book.
So, Dune, I have not read it. Steven, our friend, not the one listening right now, but the one who doesn't listen to the podcast. But he's explained it to me a million times. Essentially, it's a world where space travel is capable. It's in the future. It's implied that it might be Mars, but there's a planet that has this,
1965. Huh.
there's a planet that has this thing called spice on it. What spice does is it lets you travel through space with hyperspace, and it also works as a drug that if you take it, you can talk to like alien gods and also trip and read people's minds because it's science fiction.
It's like DMT.
Kind of like DMT, but it
Right.
also works as a fuel.
Weird. Have we
And
tried that in the real world?
all of the politics,
DMT fueled car. Hang on.
all of the politics are based off of the spice trade. And there's a religious order, there's an economic order, and then there's the main character who is told he is some sort of messiah figure. And it's supposed to be commentary on Islam.
Is this a desert punk?
No.
Oh,
No,
it's
I
all in
don't
the
believe.
desert,
Kinda. No. Do they leave Arrakis after the first book? Do you know? Or
So
you know?
what?
Do they leave Arrakis after the first book?
No idea. I'm not a Dune fan.
Oh.
Yeah,
It's a
I'm
sci-fi.
sure one of
the remake did really well though, I guess, because people are raving about it.
Yeah,
huh?
and the book's been what a cult favorite,
Yeah,
cult classic.
with Charlie and the Charlie Chocolate Factory guy.
Charlize Theron? No.
Isn't,
Timothy Chalamet.
isn't he in the Dune?
Yeah, Timothy Chalamet. I said Charlize Theron. That's funny.
Oh,
No one's
yeah,
gonna
yeah,
get that. Jesus Christ. Yeah. I don't know. What we were talking about was lightsabers, and that got to Dude.
I have no idea.
It's about Islam, like intentionally. Like
Dune?
the themes
No
is
shit.
yeah. It's supposed to be
I don't know nothing.
somewhat of commentary about Islam.
I hadn't even seen the remake. That I thought this wasn't the original. So that's
Dude,
crazy.
I learned that there is a large part of the world that we just kind of. I wasn't even looking at the board this kind of naturally, but I was looking at a map the other day and I was learning about like Russian history kind of, and I realized the part that we would call Siberia has a whole bunch of other areas and it's not just Siberia. Siberia is a very small part of Russia. And that area is so rarely focused on within Western society and culture
Russia's
and
fucking
understanding.
huge.
I'm talking about Kazakhstan's, the part that's like above China and next to Mongolia, all of this stuff. It's
Are there big cities there?
I'm not sure about
'Cause
that part.
I know there's
But
people there,
I
but I
was
thought
essentially
the population was relative. Is like Canada. They're all kind of concentrated over there.
it's deeply connected to Asia and the Middle East is my point I was going to bring
Well,
up.
that's the
And
whole thing.
what?
It's the whole
Yeah,
top strip.
it is
yeah.
the part that's in between the Middle East and the
and a bit of Europe too, isn't it?
that's Eastern Russia. I mean, Western Russia. I mean, that's Western Russia. That's what we normally understand. I'm saying we
Yeah.
only know about Western Russia, which is the European part. We don't really know about most of the other part of Russia, which is literally a third of the world.
That's because they got igloos over there, right?
No, that's what I'm trying
No.
to say. It's not just igloos.
not
It
just
literally
igloos?
looks just like where we grew up in North Dakota, where it's just fields, and then there's also like Louisiana, where they'll have like fucking swamps and shit. Like,
Really?
yeah.
I thought it was all like Canada. Just
I'm saying all of those stands, all of
I
those
thought it was
countries you don't
mountainous.
Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan. When you don't recognize those, I'm saying those regions of the world seem to have
Those are different countries.
what?
Those are different countries.
Yes, they formerly used to be the USSR and also are
Really?
ethnically very close to Russia.
Those are
Part of Russia is Kazakhstani and Chechnya and all of those
really.
things. Yes, that's why people think Khamzat Chimaev is a scary Russian. He's Chechnyan. He also lives in
Interesting.
Sweden.
Interesting.
That's the point I'm trying to
But
bring
yeah,
up.
it's all mountainous over there, isn't it?
No, that's what I am trying to say.
No.
We think of is the igloos, the
And
Caucasus.
mountains.
That's it. That's not all Russia is.
Are you sure?
There is tons of forests and beautiful plains as well. And I was reading about this, and that's honestly where a large amount of the like the Eurasian, like the combination of like Russian and Asian culture kind of like I'm essentially saying there's a large amount we don't fucking know at all because we're
Let's go
Western.
to Russia.
It's the opposite side of
Maybe
the
not.
world.
Maybe not now. Someday let's go to Russia.
But you get what I'm saying? There's a whole part of the world we never really talk about or know
Yeah.
because we're just
So I
on
want
the
to travel
opposite side.
everywhere. I want to go to every country.
Yeah,
Maybe
dude,
multiple
so
times.
bad. I want to go to like Latin America 1000. Like I'm burning to go. But then also Europe, fucking Japan. I want to go to
I
all
want
of
to go
these.
literally everywhere. Yeah, there's something cool in any place.
Part of me feels bad that I want to go to Japan more than anywhere else in Asia because I feel like that's the very touristy thing to do.
No, Japan's pretty cool though.
Japan is so cool. You look fucking bored over there. Why are you looking like
I'm
this?
just rolling my hair.
Okay.
I really want to go to China and Thailand too, though.
Love you, Carlos.
All those. Things,
Fuck you.
And Korea,
Which Korea?
South, but maybe North too. I'll check out. Maybe stop by, say hi.
I was looking on Twitter and I saw this post that was talking about 70s high school and it literally just looked like Dazed and Confused, but it was actual like footage of 70s high school.
Yeah.
And then in the thread it showed everything from 70s to now, just like different yearbook photos, different like cool, it's like clubs hanging out, last day of school shit. And it did kind of feel so surreal watching the upgrade in technology and clothes and what they were doing. And obviously the large conversation around it was like, "Oh, miss the good old days." But honestly,
Yeah, what are your predictions for where it's gonna go? Because I mean, obviously,
I just think high school is the littest shit ever. I
Well, yeah.
fucking love being a kid.
well, obviously the pattern's gonna continue though. I mean, all the people are like saying all that. I mean, it's gonna continue. Technology's gonna keep growing.
What I did see is it seemed in all of the photos, like in stuff, that when you I could show you after or during the pod, bring it up, I don't care. But anyways, it seemed like there was always like clubs and people hanging out at school, but like by the 90s people were kind of just like friend groups clicked up. And I don't know, it does seem like clubs are kind of a thing that are dying in school cuz I was a burnout and I wasn't in any clubs, but I also hear that the clubs at our school fucking sucked.
At our school, I think that's different than most places though, because clubs are huge.
Well, everywhere in the Midwest is like our school.
Not here. I don't know. Colorado's got a lot of places.
You know, I did really like it when I came to the schooling. I remember being
You
14.
just went to a broke school. I don't
Yeah, I remember being 14 and coming to the school in Denver and being like, "Wow, this is a rich kid school. Oh my gosh, it's a device school."
Yeah.
It was great. You also could buy it had like an actual cafeteria where it wasn't lunch food. Instead it was like pizza. Then you could buy like Rice Krispies and drinks and shit. Like it was a
But you know, clubs are still
food court.
clubs are still a great place to find a club, a group of people.
Well, I'm not saying clubs are a bad thing. I'm saying I feel
I'm
like,
saying,
we
like, they
don't
haven't-
we don't encourage them as much anymore. Is what I'm
I
saying.
don't think so. No, I mean,
Really?
oh, what do you mean?
Maybe
all, the,
am I just not looking for it? I'm not in any clubs. I'd like to be in a club. I want to be in a Spanish
all
club.
the kids and parents I knew were always like, man, my parents are making me go to clubs or at least a sport or something. You got to do something. What do you mean?
And that's
very-
what I'm saying. I'm a burnout. I wasn't
like
in
it was-
sports, and I was
Yeah.
in sports, and even then.
I feel like it was very encouraged though, just so you didn't maybe.
Who was in
less
the
so.
AV club?
I don't know. I was also a burnout.
Was there an AV club?
yeah, there was.
Fair. So you didn't know that when you're cooking, you are not supposed to cook on high for almost everything you cook?
No. I would cook. I would turn it on high, get the pan heated up, and then I lower it.
So
But I put the butter in. Apparently, you're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to let the butter boil there.
So yeah, for context, Caden has been when he cooks, he mostly uses butter as his food lube, and that's what it is.
Yeah. I'm skinny though, so I need the butter. It's,
Yeah, but you always burn the fucking shit out of your butter,
I didn't realize that was a thing. I didn't know you could burn butter.
it makes it taste not as good. It just instead tastes a little smoky.
I had no idea. Well, I like the smoky. Yeah, that's good.
Or a little burnt, I guess is what I should describe. But I was trying to be a little more flavorful with my word choice. But yeah, no. Apparently, cooking is this whole fucking chemistry of things that
Apparently,
well,
obviously.
No,
yeah.
I'm saying to the point where if you think it's not that big of a deal, I don't have 6 eggs. The recipe calls for 6 eggs. You might have just fucked the recipe.
You might have not though. It depends.
Yeah, but
Like you can skip the nutmeg probably. It's not gonna be as good. but
No,
it's
that's
not
what I
gonna-
mean. Like
It's not gonna ruin the chemistry.
No, it does.
Are you sure?
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying.
No,
With
but it's just the flavor.
when it comes down to the oil and you've been cooking the oil right, there's no way you've been nailing these recipes and getting it as good as it looks.
33 minutes.
I'm saying I don't think you've been following recipes correctly.
I don't follow recipes. I make it I figured it out in the kitchen.
That's why you're not that good of a cook, kid.
I don't cook that much, but no, I make pretty good stuff. Give me 2 tries.
No.
First try, figuring it out, it's probably gonna be mid. Second try, now we're finding it. Third try, that's gonna be perfection.
See, people say it's
gonna be good.
easy to follow a recipe, but it's not. Then everybody would be making a baked Alaska every night. Then everybody would be doing such difficult things. You know what I mean?
No. It's not because I can't.
It's not the effort.
It
You're
is.
gonna say it's the effort. It's not.
Bro, it's like 3 hours of prep time.
No, it is not.
To make a baked Alaska? Yeah, you want me to fucking fillet a fish every night? God damn.
It's a dessert, Kaden.
Oh, what? That was a fish.
Oh my god.
Have you ever seen the Hannah Montana movie?
No, I
That made
haven't.
me think of baked Alaska at the.
They also do it in that one movie where they go in the closet and there's a second world.
Well, either way, what do you
Narnia.
what What, you expecting me to fillet a fish every goddamn night? That takes hours. I ain't got time for that shit. I got a busy schedule, bro.
Fair enough. I think you should actually find a fancy enough for you recipe that seems like you if you cooked it, people would be like, "God damn! Like you could cook."
I do that shit like once a month.
No, and yeah, no, but prove it. Let's do it on the channel.
All right. You're on.
I get to follow a recipe, and you get to go no recipe,
Do
and
we-
we're gonna compare.
Do I get to study up beforehand?
Sure, you're not going to.
I might. You don't know me.
I'll give you all the prep time, but let's say 3 weeks from now, this will be uploaded in 2 weeks. So like in a month, we'll film this.
All right. You're on. And I'll make the best goddamn baked Alaska salmon you've ever seen.
You want in on this?
Yeah, you'll be the camera guy. Don't
Yeah,
worry.
yeah, don't worry. You'll be in on this. You gotta produce. He looks so sad, guys.
No, you also get to be the judge. You get to try my great baked.
You can be the judge. Well, yeah.
My great baked
You'll
Alaskan.
get a mic and
I
everything.
guess being the judge will work.
You'll love my great baked Alaskan salmon.
It will work. We'll pick somebody else. Don't get fucking greedy.
You're good. I just wanted to
Whoa.
I haven't been able
Don't
to
get-
cook for you guys yet. I wanted to cook something, but it's good. No, being a judge would be great. I'll do be a judge.
Yeah, you will. You do it the fuck you're told.
Who the fuck? You need to step yourself down a peg.
Yeah, thank you. I've been being too mean to. He just takes it, dude.
That doesn't.
He doesn't defend himself.
You gotta start just like hitting them.
Yeah.
Just start just beating
No,
the
you have
shit.
to be nastier,
Just
and you have
start
to be
beating the shit
mean
out
to
of
me.
Like,
Like what? Like.
what would you say there in my situation?
Fuck you! You want to fight? They can't hear you. It seems like I'm just bullying you.
I need an intellectual response back.
Pussy.
Stop trying to intellectualize everything. That's why you're getting bullied.
That's why you're a little bitch.
You can't think of any comebacks,
What are you little-
dumbass. Anyways, let's move on.
Oh, God.
Have you? So you know when they talk about Kronos in Greek mythology, often the image that is shown is this old
Ooh.
guy. Oh God damn it! I'm gonna just show. Where the fuck is my phone?
Man, no, I got a different one. Who the fuck is Paris Hilton?
Who is Paris Hilton?
yeah.
Who? I mix
on.
up Farrah Abraham and Paris Hilton, but Farrah Abraham was a teen mom. I think Paris Hilton was a model that was also on some MTV-esque thing.
Why do I know her name if she didn't do shit?
She was the it girl. She was like the girlies girl. Like how right now, I guess, you wouldn't know any. I was gonna say, like.
Is there a new one?
Well, so I would say the Pamela Anderson or the sex object of like the sex symbol that like people just literally objectify is Sydney Sweeney for our generation. But then like the it girl that everybody follows for fashion.
Well, she's an actor though. She at least did something.
Yes, but Paris Hilton was just like I guess like a fashion nova. Like she was just iconic and known as a model, I guess.
So she did nothing. Yeah.
I don't know. Don't be a guy saying that some woman that's million times richer than you did nothing. To
I'm
make her
jealous,
money.
obviously.
Ah, fair. Yeah, fuck her.
Yeah. What the hell? What do you mean? I want to get rich and famous
Sorry,
for doing nothing. Yeah.
You saw a bit of my humanity come out there. My apologies. I should have yes-anded. Yes, and
I want that money. You think she still got a lot of it, or you think she blew it all?
yes, and
How do we plan this robbery?
I don't think we can.
Oh, let's hope she doesn't get robbed anytime soon. Otherwise, that's
Why?
gonna look
Why were you
bad.
thinking about Paris Hilton?
You got Paris on the board.
Oh, did you? So, apparently,
So apparently,
you know how there's the 5 boroughs within New York, and you can understand essentially there's like
like
different
Manhattan,
districts. Yeah.
Queens,
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah.
Within Paris, there's the 20 districts.
They got 20 over there
And it's a circle going out from one that almost is kind of like a snail shell.
from the Eiffel Tower.
I don't know if
That
it's,
better be the
I
center.
don't know if it's from the goddamn fucking Eiffel Tower.
That
dude.
better be the center.
But It's goes in a section of 20, and when people talk about like where they live or different areas,
Is Paris that big?
yeah, they go by
Like
like
comparable to New
the
York?
8th, the 20th. I mean, it's one of the major cities of France.
Again, I gotta travel. I don't know what this shit look like.
I don't think it's at all comparable to the size of New York, but when it comes to big names of countries
Well,
and the
obviously, yeah.
biggest name in there, yes.
Yeah, obviously it's Paris,
Name another city in France.
Venice.
Nope,
Are you sure?
that's Italy.
Fuck. The hell? That ain't nothing. France is big and there ain't shit in there, huh? Ain't got nothing around there. Yeah, I ain't got nothing. No, I got Italy, I guess.
French cities.
I think it's all just Paris, huh? That's a big country.
Oh,
too.
Bordeaux, Nice, Marseille,
I got
Nice.
Nice.
Nice, Marseille, Strasbourg, Avion, Lyon.
Nope, ain't heard of one of these.
Yeah, who cares about France anyways? They're so mean.
I want to go to Italy too, though. Italy sounds cool.
Italy sounds so cool.
Yeah.
France also sounds cool, but I feel like
No,
I
France
would.
sounds so
I
cool.
don't know how I would function. It seems too fancy.
Yeah, but they got so much art
But-
there, and I
so,
I
well-
love art.
Okay, apparently this year, in France, there's going to be the Olympics, right? And because
The Summer Olympics are in France.
I don't remember. Something had to do with the Olympics in France, and they had to clean up the rivers. And the mayor vouched that the river would be so clean you could swim in it. So, all of the citizens of France, this was the mayor of Paris and also the prime minister of France, said the same thing, that he would swim in the river to prove it. And all of the citizens of Paris in France went online and created a hashtag called shit in the river. And on the day, everybody is to keep the river as clean as possible. But on the day the prime minister goes there, everybody is to squat over the river and shit straight into it.
That's fake.
Nope.
That can't be real.
Nope.
That's horrible.
Nope. Look
That's
up France
gross.
pooping river.
That's so gross. I don't wanna look that up.
I think of that when I also I saw a video when it was literally this like one chick that teaches English in France, and she said Americans think France is so fancy, and then she just tells that story.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But yeah, that's my my Paris story is the 20 wards and the shit.
Apparently, they had bread until you had Italy bread. I don't know what that means.
You mean French?
Maybe. Maybe I mean
Keep
French.
conflating the two.
They're like the same.
Are they?
I think so. They're both like art focused and like bread and pasta focused.
I thought mean things.
It's the same gist.
I don't know. When I think of France, I think of like weird art nerds and also sometimes like pedophiles. Like I feel like pedophilia and that weird stuff is very normalized in France from all the things I've heard. But that's American stereotypes.
I've just seen weird French art films.
You know
don't
what I
if
mean?
That's what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm talking about.
Yeah, those are some weird ones, but I don't think that's French as a country as a whole.
Yeah, let's hope it's not. I don't want to assume. I don't want to put that on the French people. I've had a French dip though, and those are good.
You
And-
just lost like 0.5% of our audience.
And have you tried the fries over there too?
You know, I'm Irish, and when I learned I'm Irish, I was really proud. I don't know how proud I'd be if I learned I was French.
Why?
I don't know. No one cares, or no one ever brings up that they're French.
French is pretty cool.
Are you French?
I don't think so. Scottish.
You don't know what you said. That's a very small percentage. You don't
Yeah.
know what the rest of it could be French.
It could be.
Why are you okay with making fun of France? But what I did last episode,
I don't know. White people are fair game.
white people are fair game.
Yeah. It's a fair. That's,
What about us mixed half breeds? Where do we lie?
Nope.
Not touching that.
Nope. That's where that one's ending.
Fair enough. Fair enough. What is your opinion on Alf? I never understood the pitch of the show. Is he an alien?
Yeah.
He's an
alien
alien?
that crashed his ship in the backyard.
That's a terrifying alien.
Yeah, he crashed his ship in the backyard of a suburban family home, and he just wanted to use their phone.
And he never gets home?
And he never leaves.
Oh.
He tries to fix his ship in like the first season, but then they're like, "No, you're part of the family, Alf." But he does keep trying to eat the cat.
It's like an ongoing bit.
Yeah.
Does he get bitches?
Kinda. Yeah, he's got charisma. And then, like, for the first season, he can't go. It's literally Roger from American Dad. That's just Alf. For the first season, he can't go out of the house, and then they realize they can, like, dress him up and disguise him. I didn't even realize.
Wait, do you think?
Holy shit.
Do you think?
But yeah,
Seth MacFarlane. Wait, I said the right name.
Seth MacFarlane, yeah.
Okay.
No,
Dude,
Alf was probably
I
an
have
inspiration,
fucking
yeah.
PTSD from that George Carlin thing.
But yeah, no, he definitely probably took a lot of inspiration because, Alf is cooped up in the house for the full first season. He starts going crazy. He starts getting into
Oh,
mischief.
God. I haven't figured out my Roger impression.
That's not too bad. It's not too bad.
Trying to play footsies with me, dude. I'm gonna end up fighting Aaron by the end of this podcast.
What time are we at?
Is the camera on?
45 minutes. Yeah. Oh no. Hey, look at that. Why did the camera stop?
The battery.
It died, Aaron.
No, it must have done that recently.
Oh, I have to do a visual. I have to do aids for everything we're talking about. I hate.